Well, good morning, everybody in the Brew Crew. Welcome to another Brew and Activate. I'm Eric, N1JUR. I'm your park guide, your POTA mentor, lover of all things POTA. So good morning, folks, and welcome to another episode. So we've got a little bit of change here. Usually this is a live episode, so if you've tuned into this for the first time, welcome, obviously. But yeah, due to some scheduling and the holiday weekend, as well as our up and coming 24-hour POTA, which I'll get into a little details if you're not aware of what's going on with that. Yeah, we usually get together every Sunday morning to talk POTA and get into everything POTA, left, right, and center. And so this episode, as well as next week's episode, is going to be kind of premiered only because this episode is I'm going to be away on a little mini vacation with the wife before we head off to our next weekend, which is going to be the 24-hour POTA. And I'm no spring chicken. And so with that, I'm going to have another pre-recorded premiere that I'll be a part of on Sunday morning if I'm coherent and awake. As we'll be doing a 24-hour POTA activation at Greenfield State Park, 2655, I think it is. Yep, that's correct. And I'll get into more details on that. So if you haven't heard about that, we'll hopefully share with that, and maybe you guys can come be a part of that. Well, welcome to those that are all in the chat there. Thank you. I obviously will be part of the chat and hopefully hanging out with you guys. But we kind of get into. So if this is your first time, like I said, you know, we explore, we analyze, we can reconstruct everything about POTA and Parks on the Air. So whether you might be an activator, a chaser, or just curious about the exciting hobby that we call ham radio, then you're at the right place. You know, every week I talk about the highs, the lows, the bad, the interesting, and we talk about it from all around the world. We discuss activations, tips, challenges, quirky moments, share all of our funny, quirky stories over coffee or tea, or in this case, since I'm recording it in evening hours, an actual brew here. So this is one of my favorites from one of my local breweries here in New Hampshire. Yeah, raise one to you guys and welcome this morning. So as we always like to do with every Brew and Activate is we always like to get into our POTA minutes. And so we're going to kick that off. So this is the POTA Minute, and this is a little segment that we do every week where we get into something that I call the POTA Minute. So for about a minute, we focus on everything and anything in the POTA community. So whether it might have been the next, latest and greatest crazy, argumentative decision, thread that might be going on, or sharing a tip or a trick, this is kind of where we get it. And, I always like to include you guys. So if you're not a part of our Discord, or you're not on the Discord channel for Brew and Activate, head on over to Live Free and Ham. I'll put the description or the link is in our description below. And that will get you over to our Discord and join in to the Brew and Activate live stream under the N1JUR section. And yeah, definitely leave me your POTA tip there. And if you share a POTA tip with me for the POTA Minute, whatever it may, or maybe just you have a question or a topic or a comment, if you share it with me, I'll send you an N1JUR sticker pack with a bunch of really cool stickers in there. So maybe that will be a little incentive to get you guys to kind of chime in and share some of your POTA minutes. And so let's dive into this week. This one, we're going to talk a little bit about something I found on the POTA Discord here called, it was a post on, there you go here. Come on, little computer. Called Hurricane Watch List. So reason why I'm kind of mentioning this is that if you're in the East Coast, you're very familiar with all the hurricanes that kind of come by. and that we deal with during hurricane season. And we've actually already had a couple even before the official hurricane season has started. And so every year, the Hurricane WatchNet operates off of a couple of specific frequencies. And those frequencies are 14325 and 7268, which are always running when a hurricane watch is in session. And so this is a post that was over in the POTA announcements on the POTA Discord that recently came by. And this one noted, again, we are hurricane watch season once again for 2025. And they are asking and putting out a call to all activators that when you are actually picking frequencies, that during this time, try to stay away from 14325 and 72.68 or 7.268, I should say. There we go. And, leave those frequencies open for the Hurricane Watch itself so they can appropriately do what they need to do in terms of running that net for the safety of others and, as they services the ham radio community. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Leave yourself a nice little stick-it note, whatever might be. Easy for you to remember. And that way, when you're out doing your next activation, you're not sitting on top of those guys or, basically causing any delay for them to be able to pass traffic that they might need to pass, for whatever reason. So, yeah, there's a simple POTA minute there. Hopefully that was helpful. And I'm always, like I said, looking for new ideas and topics and things to talk about in the POTA Minute. So if you've got one, definitely head over to our Discord or send me an email at n1jur.nh@gmail.com, and we will make sure we integrate it in our next POTA Minute. And if we do, we will send you a sticker pack. So with that, let's head back and start into some of our topic this morning. Today, and as the thumbnail kind of alluded to, we're going to talk about paper chasing. One of these things is kind of been on my bucket list to talk about and get into. So before we get into that, I wanted to actually talk about two of the things that are reason why I'm doing this pre-record and premiere for this week and next week is my other channel that I'm on as a host of Live Free and Ham. Those that are familiar with me and hanging out with the Grouch and W1STJ Todd, we are the Live Free and Ham crew, and we love and talk everything POTA, ham radio, and everything in between. And one of the things that we've been working on diligently, and now that we're getting very close to the date, is our 24-hour POTA campout. Now, I know if you've come here and you're like, well, people have done 24-hour POTAs before. Yes, no problem there. We're not trying to steal anybody's thunder. But we felt like, as YouTubers can be, that it'd be really cool to blend, obviously, the coolness of having a camp out and hanging out, a live stream, which, we all YouTubers love doing that type of stuff. And we love making content for you guys. And then doing a 24-hour POTA at a park in our local area. And so we scoured, high and far and found a great park in New Hampshire called Greenfield State Park. It's US 2655. And we will be there the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of September. So that's the 5th, 6th, and 7th. So mark your calendars. We've already got a couple of links already out in our YouTube channel. So first and foremost, if you haven't or you aren't a active subscriber to Live Free and Ham, head over to Live Free and Ham and check out that and make sure you subscribe and set that notification bell. So when we do go live, which will be 2 nights, we are doing our first live stream, which is the Friday night live stream. And this one is just the Live Free and Ham crew. We're going to have a whole bunch of other campers there that evening. Few names that might ring a bell: Mike, N2MAK, Tortoise Overland, Matt at Reliance Antenna, N3VAN, and many, many more, including all the Live Free and Ham guys. We'll all be there for Friday night and Friday night steaks and whiskey. And we'll just be hanging out. We'll do a little bit of small giveaway, of some Live Free and Ham stuff, just to kind of, keep the conversation going and having some fun. And then we are going to get ready for our full 24-hour live stream, which will then be starting on Saturday, The 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about, I think, 1700 UTC. Forgive me if I get my UTC wrong there. That will be our full 24-hour POTA live stream. So we are going to have cameras set up. We're going to be live streaming from 1 p.m. Saturday to 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon for a full 24 hours, both our POTA station and we'll have what we'll call our Live Free and Ham Lounge. And we're going to be doing a butt ton, and I mean a butt ton of giveaways. We'll be having conversations. Hopefully folks from everywhere are going to be coming in, and we're going to be having, some interviews here and there to fill in. But ultimately it's just all of us camping out, having fun, having good food, and playing POTA and activating the park. So how you can kind of be involved in it is obviously kind of be part of the live stream itself for the 24-hour POTA. And you can also be part of the action, because one of the things that we felt that we wanted to do as a Live Free and Ham community is to give back, is to also do a full-blown fundraiser. So you've probably seen fundraisers in the past from Kate MRD and Josh Nass from Ham Radio Crash Course for TI, for Teachers Institute, Steve Goodgame. I have got a sidebar story that I'll share real quick, but I have a teacher, a good friend of ours in the club that I've become really good friends with, that he teaches ham radio, or he teaches STEM related type stuff in his school locally. And he's been just, wanting to get a ham radio club going. So we as a club sent him to TI and paid for his full boat and gave him, some extra money to be able to drive and eat and live down there pretty much for the week while he was there, tuning and learning and gaining knowledge. And when he came back, he was like totally on fire and totally excited about the whole process, and really excited. And which is basically just built a good model for our club to keep, finding more teachers, because he's been a great asset in being able to pull more people in. All that being said is that, heck, the Teachers Institute is not funded by ARL directly. They are 100% funded by fundraising, donations, sponsorships, all of that type of stuff, with all of the manufacturers that are out there that give all of those equipment and supplies and items to all the teachers. And so we want to be able to give that back. And so we're going to lean on you guys. We're going to hope you guys are part of there. Come help contribute, come help donate, because 100% of all of the funds raised for, TI will go to Steve. And we will hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm trying to get him to come up and hang out with us, because he's literally just down in our neck of the woods. So maybe, that'll be an awesome visit if that's possible. If not, no big deal. We'll all be able to that in turn a check around to him. And I'm hoping, we've got a high goal right now of $3,000. I would love to blow that out of the water. I know we can definitely do it in 24 hours. And if you guys can help spread the word around, that would be awesome, because this would be something really, really cool that you guys could be a part of and you can help out. So those are the two things that are keeping me from, basically shifting, focus to getting that all prepared and ready to go. So in about 2 weeks, we'll be back to our live streams. And you'll be able to see everything, me in all my glory in real time, tripping over myself. So all good there. So back to our conversation. So if you've got any questions or you want, the links will be in the description below for all of the videos. You can always head over to our website at livefreeandham.com. There's links there, and it'll give you more details about the event and what's going on. And you can also make your donation there if you can't actually get to, the live stream for whatever reason. But, we'd love to have you there. We'd love to see folks. We'll be giving a ton of stuff away. We've got ICOM America donating a bunch of swag and items. We've got Spool Tenna's got a Spool Tenna. We've got Mad Dog Coils has donated an antenna. We have a Reliance antenna is going to be giving a ton of stuff away, many antennas. His new inflated antenna, if you haven't seen it, it will be coming out soon. And the list goes on and on and on. We got shirts and hats and all of the great stuff. And we have a couple of mystery boxes from folks that have donated. and, to give stuff away. And, that will actually be there this weekend. So looking forward to a fun evening, a fun weekend all to all. And so by the time I, recover from that, we'll hopefully have a good 5-6 days in between to get back on the regular schedule there. And we'll have a ton of video too as well. So looking forward to having all that. So yeah. So let's get into the, main meat of this whole episode today. So we're going to talk, like I said, paper chasing. One of the things that I think, I've kind of sort of gotten into is the whole paper chasing thing. Now, I don't really participate in the DXCC stuff or anything like that ARL or LOTW puts together. It never really kind of excited me. It was always a very big challenge to kind of get to where it was or what you wanted to get to each level. And then POTA showed up and I started getting awards just like automatically for just doing the work I already love to do. So one of the things, and let's, kind of get into it. If you've never done paper chasing or you don't understand what paper chasing is, it's basically just, getting involved in actively pursuing goals in the Parks on the Air program that are kind of awards based. And that can be either for like the special event type days that they have. It could be for, specific times of the day, years, the seasons, as well as things like roving and a few others. And so we'll go into that in a little bit, but let me pop over first to my POTA page here really quick, because it's probably the easiest thing to go over with folks. So let me bring that up here. POTA page. Where are you? I know I had it up here. Oh, there we go. My awards. I should look at the page that it says what it is. Okay. So this is my POTA page here. Let me bring this in here real quick. And so actually, let me do this in a different view. I got to go to my share window, which would be the perfect place for this. All right, so there we go. So this is my Parks on the Air page for awards. And so let me just kind of go through here. I'm, it's kind of funny. If you guys saw or listened to my last Live Free and Ham episode with Paul and Todd, we talked about a video that got posted by WD4DAN on the top POTA activators in the Parks on the Air program. And man, I can't hold a candle to any of those guys in terms of theirs, their focus and attention and, their drive to be able to be the best they possibly can be in the Parks on the Air program. But, it's inspired me too, as well, based off of listening to kind of how they use their equipment and what they use for equipment and so forth and so on. It's kind of invigorated me to kind of want to re-pursue the Parks on the Air program and get into some of the things that are, that I kind of just let to go dormant. So just to give you a real quick walkthrough. If you've never been to your awards site page, you just go up to your call sign up here, go to my awards, and any of the ones that have been issued to you automatically. And this is the one thing I love about the Parks on the Air program. My gripe, and if I had a rant button, I would hit one. I get frustrated that if I go up to like QRZ and that type of stuff and I want to download a certificate, even trying to get the PDF version of the certificate, I have to pay for it. It's kind of sad. It's a bummer. So if I'm earning, or I'm trying to process those logs to be able to get, a specific award, 50, all 50 states, WAS, that type of stuff, I have to kind of go through a couple of manual steps. Parks on the Air, man. Once I'm an activator or once I'm listed as an actual, person in an account, I really don't have to do much to, letting the awards kind of come to me. It's just really cool that I can automatically my logs get uploaded. I submit them when I need to. And lo and behold, the awards start to just accumulate. And so, like I said, I haven't been up to this in a while. My last award was back into January for working 100 units or unique, parks. And then, as you can tell, literally 8 months later or 7 months later, the next award I got, which I was surprised because when I was looking at this earlier, I didn't even know I had this. This is the Workdoll Providences Award here, which is pretty cool of an award to receive. I didn't even know it even existed. So yeah, I am always excited to see this. So this kind of just motivates me more and more as I kind of get up to this page. to be able to get my awards. And then like, I love these donuts. These, circles, I am all about completing the circle. I don't know about you. If you've got a fitness tracker, you use Apple's, exercise app. I'm always trying to beat my rings. I'm always trying to just, compete against myself. And so this is just one more way to kind of get me more motivated to just kind of get out there and start doing some stuff. And so, some of my metrics that I always watch are my park to parks, and the parks activated. The parks activated are a little tough because of where I drive. It's I don't always get a chance to go to a unique park all the time. So I do a lot of the same parks in some cases. But that doesn't ruin my stats or help diminish any of the activity that I do. So overall, it always kind of excites me and gets me motivated as I start to look at these numbers and sorry about that. Decide to, continue to move the lever of one over another. The hunted states one took me a long time to do. I am way, way behind on even getting close to all of the 50 states activated here. But the one thing I am really excited to see that they do breakdowns of is parks and all the things I've hunted. And, like I said, I am not a super POTA activator, but I am slowly making strides. And the nice part about this is when I'm looking for a new challenge or I'm looking for a new way to be able to get myself motivated to try to do another park or whatever, I'm always looking at these stats and saying, oh, well, where in New Hampshire can I go activate that I haven't picked up a park, or in Mass or so forth and so on. And then these kilos, one of the things that Todd and I have probably been talking for a while, because I'm waiting for Todd. I've got about 921 contacts total. He's right around 800, and we're trying to do a dual activation of the rail trail. So maybe one day when Todd stops doing work, we can do that activation. Hopefully it'll be due way before I'm in my 60s, but that's 10, 15 years away at this point. So fingers crossed it gets done way before that. So with the parks program, all your awards are automatically calculated based as you submit logs. So you keep submitting more logs, you keep submitting parks, park to park type stuff. That gets all calculated automatically in the system for you. And it is awesome to see. And one of those things that I just really love, as part of the program, that they do all the heavy lifting for you. So, it's kind of a balance. So like if you're a hunter only, you don't really have to do anything for submitting logs whatsoever. You get all the credit for all the activators you hunt. And you automatically show that on your hunting page and your stats. And if you're a hunter at the same time, you get the benefits of once you submit your log, they do all the heavy lifting for giving you credit, moving you up or down the bar in terms of being able to, get, the next level of unique parks, or your next, number of parks, or if you're doing a rove, where your next goal is in terms of all of that. And so let's just really quick head over to my stats here real quick. This one, for most people, is just kind of basic and boring. It offers, a good breakdown. I usually reference this a lot when I'm trying to figure out where I spend most of my time. And obviously I'm a big phone guy, so not surprising there. But it's always good to see, kind of where I'm making contacts and who I'm making contacts with. And then back to awards page. One thing I didn't scroll down here to was all of the other additional stats in here that I really love. The operator. If you ever want to know who your biggest fan is in hunting you, just scroll down to the bottom of your awards page and look, activate operator. And everybody or anybody who might know this call, Kilo 9 India Charlie Papa, knows Bruce. Great guy. I haven't had him in a while just because I've been really super busy. But when he is out there hunting, I know he's always constantly hunting me. And we're not that far off. I think apparently I'm going to be crossing in about 15 or so, maybe contacts with him that'll actually be getting an operator award, my first one, which would be pretty cool. At that point, I'm going to have to send Bruce a thank you because, he's putting in the time and, I'm putting in the time and we're meeting in the middle, and that's pretty cool. It's always cool. N1CC is an award that I've been trying to work towards. And it's good to see this layout here because as I kind of think and plan Because I don't know about you, I always have a favorite band when I go to Activate a park. And when I do, I don't usually veer off from it unless it's really, really bad conditions or I'm just having a struggle time. But it's good to see how I'm breaking down by each of these parks, where from a hunter and an activator I stand. So I think I'm going to have to go to Reed's Ferry and try to activate it with 2 more bands, because that was my first kilo, but I apparently didn't know I could do an N1cc there too as well. So yeah, just these small little wins help me kind of get more motivated and help me try to think about how I can do and make more contacts here. So yeah, I have 10 meters, 12, 15, 17. Yeah. Interesting. I'm going to have to do 80, 80 and 160. I don't know about that one. That might be a little tough, but we'll see. Or maybe I can go a little higher in the frequency space. So all interesting, all good either way. So, I'm trying to think, there was profile. I think it is. Yes. Okay. So yeah, if you go to your profile, this is kind of where you get what I call my, sticker dashboard. And so one of the things I like to do is pull down copies of each of these award types as I get new ones coming in, as I get additional features or award levels. I usually post them in, or I post them up on my wall. And so one of the things I have not done, or I should say I've tried to steer away from, is plastering all of my walls with all of my awards. I can't stand that. I'm not a big, I like my QSL cards, but I like to keep them, kind of in their pristine, state. So let me go over here to my quick main scene here. One of the things that I am starting to do is I picked up, or my wife picked up me for a couple of years ago, a picture frame, a photo picture frame. We all have them. If you're a little older, you might have been gifted one as a grandparent for the kids, and it kind of just sits there and rotates through images. One of the things I did was I took mine and I mounted it on my desk. I'm going to probably be picking up another one soon. And I just basically push pictures. I screenshot, I send actual PDF images straight to the frame, and the frame just sits there and rotates through my awards. So it kind of makes it a very clean, nice formatted view of all my awards and my QSL cards. So once I get a QSL card and confirm it, I make a copy of it, send it off from my phone to the frame, and then I put it away in a safe place and never go back to the card again. And it doesn't sit on the wall, it doesn't collect dust, but I get to go back and review those pictures anytime as I kind of just sit there throughout the day, or, remember what's going on in terms of, whatever's being shown on the display. And so all of my POTA awards are all mixed in with this, as well as my QSL cards. And it's a really cool way to kind of just make your, display that much cleaner, and give someone who shows or takes a look at your shack. I don't really bring a lot of people down to my shack just because I'm always out in the field. But when they do, they are very, impressed with this one little aspect, as well as a couple other things that I have in my shack as a visual, eye candy. So back to our awards here. So one of the things that you're going to do, if say like you're interested and you just started off in Parks on the Air, and I know there's a bunch of folks like Shannon and Sean who are already well, involved in the program and may or may not hunt awards. But you're going to find as you start to accumulate levels and you keep going up in levels, you're going to start to increase or move to the next level in each of the categories, specifically for hunters or activators, or specific events like support your parks as a hunter, or support your parks as a activator. Every year, as you start to add to these programs, or every year you start to do those activities. And so if you don't already pay attention to the calendar of all the Parks on the Air events, you'll know that every quarter, or roughly twice a quarter, I don't have to look online because I always forget and I always have to go back, or I have it programmed in my phone, that when we have the Fall Support Your Parks weekend, when you activate and hunt for both of those events, these awards increase. The New Year's Hunter and Activator ones are really fun ones to do. Just got to make 1 or 2 contacts literally and submit your logs for New Year's before, the New Year rolls through. This new one, Worked All Providences, which happened to be a new one that I was not aware of, that I just picked up. the DX Hunter, which is a really good one. I'm really happy with because that one's actually behind my head here. That one is for all of the DX awards, for all the DX contacts that I make being on the East Coast and having the benefit of having a direct pipeline to Europe and South Africa and the like. And then one of my favorites, because we talked about this 2 episodes ago on Roves, was my Rover Warthog Award. And that I am going to be working hopefully sometime, maybe if we have another warm spell in October, to try to do a 10 or 15 park rove, probably a 15 park rove, because I think that's the next step up from the Rover award program. So it literally just, it's fun to see this stuff. And the nice part about this stuff is that it's just like, it just automatically happens. So it's sort of like a small little surprise. It's like, getting that extra donut in your bag when you go to your favorite donut shop that you didn't expect, or, that type of stuff. And so I really I enjoy what Parks on the Air has done for both those that have the interest of paper chasing, those that have the need or desire who want to contest but don't want to be full-blown contesters, and then those that just want to be able to do Parks on the Activation for fun, or a way to stay, active. It's got a space for everybody in it. And that's one of the things that, I think attracts a lot of us to it. And then just the fact that the stats really help, kind of motivate you, because then how you really stand against yourself, and then you can kind of match yourself up against your buddies, or figure out where you want to try next to achieve your next goal, or what be the case. So it's a really fun program. It's really a place that you want to really kind of dive into, and you can go in at any level that you feel comfortable with. So like, you don't all have to follow like, oh, everybody's got to chase DXCC, and then, that's a long road. If anybody who knows like that whole process, you'll know that it takes a little bit of a challenge to work towards that. And with that, it's always, it's lonely sometimes when you're working DXCC, because you're not like in a kind of community type event. POTA does that very well and brings people in and involves them, even though they might be activating solely on themselves, or, out on their own activating. So yeah, let me know. I'm curious. So let's kind of carry this conversation over, what POTA activation, or what POTA award, if you are a paper chaser, what POTA award are you working towards this year? What's your goal? I think it'd be really cool that, hey, if you head over to the Discord, throw it into our, Brew Activate channel. So make sure you're in there, not in the general channel, because I know a few folks have jumped in and started a conversation in the general channel. But head on over to the Brew Activate channel. It's under the N1JUR section. And let me know what activation, or what goal, what paper, what award do you want to work towards this year? What's that one thing that you're aiming for that you want to get achieved from now until, December 31st? And, let's kind of challenge each other. Let's kind of share that information. Let's hold it up there, and I'll put mine in there, and hopefully, we'll see where we end up in the next 6 months. Or less to be able to, feel like we're making some strides. Because I don't know about you, life right now is beating everybody down, and it's, very challenging. And so let's try to do something a little fun. Let's try to brighten our weekends and open up the opportunities that we have for free time to be able to go out and do POTA and play radio, and maybe work towards that award. Or maybe if you're a hunter and, work toward your hunter, goals and achievements there. So yeah, with that, if you haven't joined our Discord, then I'd say go head on over to our Discord here. Let's turn this off here. There we go. So head on over to our Discord, and that link obviously is over in our description of this show there. So just click on that. Join the Lift Free and Ham Discord. It is a vibrant community. It's myself, Todd, and Paul. We all hang out there. We've got many other people. Tortoise is also over there. So there's plenty to kind of keep you interested and join in the conversations. But if you want to be part of the Brew and Activate stuff, please come join the server, and then jump into the Brew and Activate channel there, and let me know what you think. And we'll we'll try to see if we can challenge one another in a good way. And that's where I'm posting most of my content in regards to Brew and Activate. So yeah, with that, we're going to kind of call this a little short just because it's late here for me and my schedule is just kind of starting to add up. But as always, I can't thank you guys enough. Everybody here is always a support to the show. I appreciate all you guys, and I thank you guys for all being part of the community. And as always, if you want to come help support me and the channel itself, as we're starting to grow, we're starting to expand. I'm starting to, add more to our Patreon and YouTube memberships. So if you feel led to be a YouTube member or you want to be part of the Patreon community, I will be glad to have you come on board and be part of the M1JUR crew. And there's a bunch of stuff that I'm throwing, at you guys folks, videos, access to, all of the swag and merch at discounted prices. And if you, so are led that you're also a Live Free and Ham, community member too, those discount codes and stuff like that will also apply to that type of stuff. So you get the benefits of both worlds. But as always, thank you guys again for being part of Brew and Activate. I hope you enjoyed this conversation because, it's a light one, but if you're new to the Parks in the Air program, paper chasing is a good thing because in essence, it's a little bit of a motivator. It kind of steers you in the right direction and you get to brag, a little bit with people saying, hey, I got this, or you get to see what they get for awards. And it might motivate you to, continue to get deeper into the hobby. And if you like what you saw, if you love this channel, you haven't been a part of it as a member or a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel, help support us. Cause I love doing, this type of content. I love, giving you guys tips and tricks and reviews on some antennas. And just to let you know, I've got some newer antenna reviews coming up. We've just kind of had to schedule and stagger them just because of all the stuff that's been going on the past couple of weeks related to the buildup of the 24-hour POTA. So hopefully, you're still sitting there waiting with bated breath. Those are coming soon. And as always, make sure that whether you're activating or chasing, the key is to have fun. And so if you're not having fun, reach out to me. Let's see what we can do to be able to help you get back on track and stay safe and keep exploring. And so until next time, keep your radios on and the PTT down. And as I always say, POTA on.